That's the first time I heard the clink, 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 clink.
I don't know what clink you're referring to.
Oh, man, this doggone mic stand something else. Anyway, good morning.
Good morning.
Cause I ain't told you good morning this morning.
Your daughter never tells me good morning.
Good morning, Hubert.
Good morning, Hubert. Why you get up to say,
I was trying to figure out why this light is
because somebody unplugged it?
yeah, I heard kids.
Good morning, Miss Tillman. Speaking of your kids, I am finding random remnants of cotton balls
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
So yesterday, actually, rewind. A couple of weeks ago, after or no, a couple of months ago, after Lily had her ear tube surgery, we had to put these drops in her ear, and so the antibiotics that we had to put in her ear wouldn't just run out because she had to do 5 minutes on this side, 5 minutes on this side. We would do the 5 minutes on this side, put a cotton ball in, and let it run down to the cotton ball so it wasn't just getting all over her bed or wherever she chose to do this. Because sometimes she wanted to lay in the floor and do it for whatever reason. And the cotton balls had just been sitting on the dining room table, whole bag. Yesterday, the kids get into them. I see Quad. I'm thinking he's gotten into some dust somewhere because his hair was like white and fuzzy. It was cotton balls. He had cotton ball residue all over his hair. And I'm just like, bro.
Yeah. And I seen them playing with the cotton balls, and I was like, "Y'all good?" I didn't
Yeah.
think it was gonna get like that.
And they hadn't been down here. I had brought them back down here because her ear tubes had gotten infected over spring break, which was just a couple of weeks ago, from not fully drying out in between her swim lessons because I tried to take her to swim every available day of her spring break since we couldn't go anywhere because she had to have a
Hmm.
sedated hearing screening.
Yeah.
It was just like,
I was like,
what
boy.
is this in your hair?
I was like, boy, we need to comb your hair. He's like, ow, ow.
Eh,
I was like, that thing didn't hurt.
Good morning,
Good
Joy.
morning, Joy.
So yeah, I'm just like, I'm still finding random cotton balls. Apparently, they threw. Tommy told them. Well, no, you said you didn't have to tell them to
I ain't
clean up.
say anything about cleaning up.
So their cleaning up the cotton balls was to throw them in the diaper box.
Yeah.
There's a diaper box just
Full of cotton balls.
full of cotton balls. So I don't know. Uncle Luke for Congress. That made you stop and
Yeah,
look at the TV, huh?
it did. Start leaning over and everything. Anyway, welcome to the Love Brew Podcast. I'm Tommy T. This is my wife, Artika T, in the building, in our
Mhm.
home. Welcome to the
Okay.
conversation. Want y'all to enjoy this Saturday, and let's get to it. Um, Talking about the kids and cotton balls. So we started a thing where I started a thing to try to get looking at Lily getting prepared for kindergarten. And I was like, the number of the day thing is pretty cool. So I cheated and
Mhm.
used the
Did they say a
co-pilot.
number of the day in the thing, or you just decided a number of the
No,
day?
I was like, I know our goal is to get her counting to 20 straight.
Hmm.
And I knew and it worked too.
She misses two numbers.
What's the other one?
I thought you was 13 and 17.
No.
Just 13?
Just 13 she misses.
Okay.
And then she knows the rest of them, but
Okay.
she like sometimes it. You know what
Okay,
I'm
that's what it
saying?
is.
That's what she sometimes.
Good
Good
morning,
morning
Angelia.
from Dallas.
So I've been working on reading.
Yeah,
Like we have some sight words we're going through, and I randomly quiz her on the last 2 days' words. And she's been actually trying to sound out the words to guess how they are spelled before I show her how they're spelled.
yeah.
Which is it's really cute in and of itself, but sometimes she forgets that there's alternate sounds.
Yeah.
Like last night, she learned that S and H together make sh, and she was like, "What?" But there's a school in particular that I want her to go to. But unfortunately, she can't test into that school because there's no test prior to kindergarten. So it's just up for the draw on if they let her in or not.
Yeah.
But she's on the list. So they have a 17-page packet that we're kind of working through to make sure that she knows everything that's on there. And Tommy is like, we're doing a number of the day. So he changes the number on her whiteboard every day.
I missed it this morning. She got me this morning.
She looking for that thing like she was looking for Jingle.
Well, she didn't look at it today, and I didn't mention it. By the time she walked down the steps, I was like looking for stuff to talk about this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and just to you know, I'm just doing my thing, and then I heard her door open. I was like, all right, she got to go to the bathroom.
She didn't come to the bathroom first.
No, she went to the bathroom, and then I didn't hear her come down the steps.
Oh,
And so it's almost like she tried to sneak up on me, and
she
it
probably
worked.
did.
And by the time she came down, she was like, "Dad," I was like, "What's up, man?" Like so, yeah. The number of the day today is the same number of the day yesterday.
17.
It's 17. She
Oh,
needs to count it. But no, the number of the day thing seems to be working because she hits 13,
mm-hmm.
but she forgets everything else. And man, it was so
I don't
funny.
think she forgets everything else. I think that she fixates on one thing and then she just decides she doesn't need to go beyond
Yeah.
it.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
Cody.
Collier.
Um, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool to actually do it and work that way. And it's interesting now because it's like, okay, now I gotta press myself to do it. And that's another thing too I think about is how pressing now it is or how important it is now to really work with her and just not her but kids in general on the outskirts of things. But growing up I didn't think of it that way.
hmm It's funny now because I was talking to our neighbor about it, and she was like, "If you keep working with the big one, the little one's gonna get it." And I was like, "That's really true," because on the way to school on, I believe it was Thursday, yeah,
Hmm.
Thursday, because he wasn't with me Friday. Um, Me and her were counting, and he's joining in.
Yeah.
So it's like just actively hearing him try to join into the conversation.
Yeah.
And then she was asking him what's next when she got it wrong one time. And I was like, he doesn't
He
know.
don't know. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
um, yeah. So outside of that, this week I've been battling ants. We
Yeah.
apparently had a gap in our window in our bedroom's bathroom, and they was creeping on in, and so I bought another, I don't know what the thing is. It's basically a seal to try to eliminate the gap. And on top of that, I've been battling the ants. And I'm just tired of
Open the
that.
door. Open
Um
the door.
Me and Tommy are trying, or Tommy and I are trying to work through some other stuff in the house, like some, I don't want to say renovation projects because they're not really renovation projects,
I don't know what
but
you.
just trying to get some other stuff done in the house. And these ants keep throwing a curveball for me.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it, man. That's enough about us. I did have a question for you though. Like I just asked it to you, but I want to ask you. Well,
What?
it's weird because when I watch the news, and
I'm about to turn it off because you keep getting
I
distracted.
watch CNN, and when I see black people on there, I always want to see what happened. um. So, well, nah, I
Go ahead
was
and ask the question.
I was listening to "I Love Your Girl." thought about the dream and all his accolades and stuff like that. And I was like, what I asked you earlier, like, what do you do with that information?
Fight him, I guess. I don't know.
Like, is fighting the thing to do?
He said he loved your girl. He didn't say your girl loved me.
I'm just saying, it's like, why would you tell me that? Why would you tell me you love my girl and what you want me to do about it? Because true, you may love my girl, but what you doing about
Take it.
it? Somebody be like, you can have her.
Maybe that's what he's hoping for.
You can have her. I miss the R&B songs where they sung about sex, cheating, and whatever else they talked about. But sex, cheating, and marijuana, because Mary Jane is a great song.
Good morning, high five.
Me and Lily was listening to it this morning.
She told you she didn't like it.
No, that was the one. I said, "You like this song?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Me too." Oh man,
It's so funny hearing her sing Made for Me. Whose song is that? Is that Money
I
Long?
think yeah, Money Long. We was listening to it today. She was like, "Ah," that's the funny part is when she like be like, "Oh my god, you getting on my nerve."
Meanwhile, you heard her up there saying,
Yeah,
singing it like her life depended on
twin.
it.
Where have you been? Nobody, no.
Anywho,
Sex
that
cheat. I'm
sounds
finna
like
write a book now.
book title: Sex, Cheating, and Marijuana.
Coming soon. Don't give me no idea. I don't try. Man,
Now, what's
sports.
gonna happen is he's gonna say, "I'm gonna write a book," and in 2 days he's gonna say, "Artika, you ain't help me with this book."
No, no. I'm gonna say, Artik, I got this book written. You need check it. This the thing. I'll be like, check it out. Artik will be like, okay, and then she proceeds to not check it out.
Good morning, Alicia.
But it's all good though. Sex, cheating, and marijuana. That does sound like a good book. I would listen to it. Um, I feel like I cheat when it comes to books because I listen to every book that I read.
It's consuming the content.
Yeah, because the teacher by Frida McFadden is a good suspense book.
That's the book you told me to read.
Yeah, yeah. It gets a little weird in the middle because
I just bought 4 new books. If
did
you
you?
want to go through any of those, you probably don't.
I
But
probably
Kerry
don't.
Washington's book is one of them.
I saw that and I was like, why is this in my library? But I know why. But you know, yeah, sports been trash this year for me.
Book sports.
Book sports. The Lakers are down 3-0 to Denver. They finna get swept. The Celtics, the one Celtics game, I said, yeah, I'm gonna check this one out. We lose. I was like, dang. So I might not be able to watch the Celtics this uh this round, superstitions. Um, yeah, everybody's getting swept. There's no real back and forth in this first round. Like it sometimes you'll find that one back and forth be a solid game, but don't seem that way. Then the draft was trash.
You didn't even watch the draft.
That's why I'm saying it was trash. Like when I heard the Falcons picked Michael Penix, which Michael Penix is a great talent. You start to think about what they doing with the money because they owe Kirk Cousins this money, and I ain't finna pay $180 million for me to be like, all right, we gonna sit you on the bench. But you pick up this great talent, which I know what you're doing. You're planning for the future because you got 4 years with him. Then he's gonna be done, and then you got Michael Penix. But
We should go to a game this year.
yeah, we should.
Quad has never been to any sporting event.
Hmm.
And by this age, Lily had seen everybody in Atlanta play except
The soccer,
Atlanta United.
and she still ain't seen them.
Mm-mm.
You can tell what sports we're into.
Well, We would have gone to an Atlanta United game that season, but COVID happened.
Wait till they start running track though.
And that's the reason that she's never been to an Atlanta United game. Is because we haven't been to a sports
Look,
game.
to teach her how to count, I'm gonna start running track practice. Take you 5 steps to get in the blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know,
Anywho,
on 6, 7, 8, you got to start coming up. You know. Anyway, go ahead. Oh, you guys, I coached my first football game this past Sunday, and so I'm undefeated as a coach.
I did not attend. First off, I was trying. How old are those kids? 10. I want to go to a game. We just haven't been to any games since, like, any sporting games. Have we? No.
Nah, not since COVID.
Since COVID, we haven't been to any sporting games. And we were going to go to an Atlanta United game that season.
I'm just not that into soccer to be like, yeah, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I'll
Tommy's
go
not
for the
into anything but
experience, but
football and basketball
track,
because
track.
he went to his first Braves game.
No, I like, and you know, I think it'll be the same thing. You know, I think I'll, enjoy the atmosphere,
Mhm.
but it's just it's hard for me to get into a game that I'm not truly interested in. You
July
know,
31st, Chelsea will be here.
who's Chelsea?
His team.
Oh,
They're blue.
I got you. Go Chelsea. Good morning, Irene.
That's sad.
What?
When I know more about soccer than you do.
It's just like I tried to play one time and then I was like, I can't get with this. I
um,
played them.
I know more about soccer happenings from following Hubert and Justin
Yeah,
than I do from actually watching the games because I don't watch soccer, but I also don't really watch any sports. Like, it's not very often that you would walk downstairs and see me engrossed in a game.
yeah. It's almost like it's boxing for me, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Too much running for me.
that's the same thing I said. Like you
You
can't
have to
stop.
be very in shape to
Yeah,
play soccer.
I was the one soccer game I played in was
Mm.
for my high school, and they just needed somebody out there, and they let me play. It
I
was
didn't know your
right.
school had a soccer team.
Yeah, it was right in the middle of track practice. Right. I had just finished track practice. And so I was like, yeah, I'll play. Yeah, give me a jersey. Man, got out there. They had me running around and stuff. I'm like,
You didn't know what you was doing.
can I get out?
You didn't know what
I
you was
need a
doing.
break. No, I absolutely didn't. I was just out there, man. But football, I played football. I have a better me having to sit out and watch my team play and know I couldn't do anything to help.
Hmm.
Only thing I could do was make sure, if somebody was looking down, hey, we got this. That's motivation. It's the only thing I could do. This is what I see. It's the only thing I can do, and that and physically being out there.
I do want to, and I was talking to um cousin-in-law about it, get Lily into some tennis lessons. She said that they have inexpensive tennis lessons near their house. So I'm gonna try to get her in that maybe this summer. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think she's coordinated enough
yeah,
right now because watching her play flag football and soccer and basketball, I'm like 4 years old is uncoordinated.
yeah. Especially for Lily.
Hmm.
Um,
But I'm willing to do it, and I thought it would be something that me and her could do together.
yeah. But just understanding that I couldn't do anything, it made me want to play it more. And that's where the love for football came from. It's because I couldn't play.
Hmm.
Like there's never not been a season that I couldn't run track while I was running track. And but having that taken away made me appreciate it a lot more with that. Um what was I? Oh, Devin Haney And Ryan Garcia, man, he that was a fight. Like it, like
No clue.
I was. It's two boxers.
I mean, I figured that since you said it
They're
was a
my
fight,
height,
and you mentioned just two people
and
and
I
not a
think he was.
team.
Yeah, I think they weighed in at like 140. Ryan Garcia like weighed in 3 pounds heavier, so he disqualified himself from actually winning anything.
I'm
Um,
heavier than these boxers.
yeah, and
Wow.
they my height.
Wow.
Yeah. Um, but no, it was
That
it
puts
was
life into perspective,
right.
huh?
Ryan Garcia won, but the whole time, and I have to show you his antics. The
Mm.
whole time, everybody thought he was tripping, and everybody was like, "Devin Haney is finna molly this dude because something's going on with him." But he lost.
What do they call? What are the classes? I know it's heavyweight.
Oh, don't get me started lying.
Okay, don't worry about
I know heavyweight, light heavyweight, and then you got a bunch of small people.
it. Okay.
Middleweight is in there somewhere.
I know that there's a middleweight. That's what
Yeah,
I was about to go to after heavyweight. But then when you said there's a light heavyweight, I was like, I'm out. There's more than I thought about.
yeah. I've heard of welterweight,
Who?
welterweight, middleweight, little weight.
Don't worry about it.
Bill got weight.
Don't worry about it. I feel like I'm on Shark Tank, and for that, I'm out.
But no, man, it's like, man, sports are like that's a, that's the competitive nature in humans, I think, and people be trying to say I'm not competitive. Yes, you are.
People have to be heavyweight. I mean,
What's
not
out? What's
heavyweight.
under
They have to
welterweight?
be competitive in
Huber.
things that they care about.
Yeah, and it
And I
didn't.
think that that's one of the issues. Like in school, it's always something like running
Yeah,
or flipping or things like that that people like start your competitive spirit
yeah,
with.
super lightweight.
It's back. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Mm-mm. No, sorry, me the line.
Super lightweight. Yeah. Damn, that's interesting. I wanted the hers go out.
And the TV went out down here.
Yeah.
It's back now.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Anywho, I don't know anything about boxing.
Not as
I think the last boxing match I watched was at Hubert's house.
was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's the last one I watched.
Yeah.
And that's been what?
It's been a minute.
I ain't had no kids yet. So
Nah.
over 5 years.
Nah.
Over 6 years because I wasn't pregnant either.
Man, so let's get into this Megan the Stallion thing,
Okay.
which I find interesting. And then I changed my mind on it once I read the actual article.
Hmm.
Um,
What was your initial thought?
my initial thought was, what's wrong with this guy?
What do you mean?
Like,
Elaborate.
so my initial, so if you didn't hear, Megan the Stallion's camera photographer or videographer is suing her for wages, but the article that catches your eye is she made him watch her have sex with a woman
Hmm.
or something like that's essentially what he said in the like in the paper,
Hmm.
not in the actual suit. So me hearing that, right? Like, what's wrong with this guy? Megan Thee Stallion, I watched that all day. Well, probably not all day, but I watch, you know. But then, like talking to my homeboy, I was like, "Yeah, man, it's me being a boy. There's no way." I'm like, "Hey, what's up? What are you doing?" Like I'm saying something, you know. It's always gonna be a if, and if. Drop me off, let me join, or stop. That's those my ifs.
So his was stop
He didn't say anything.
in his mind.
Yeah, in his mind, he said something, but actually, he's suing her, and you explained this to me, which helped shape my opinion about the whole thing. He's suing her because she basically had him listed as a independent contractor,
Mhm.
but was using him as an employee.
Mhm.
Like the requirements you were saying in California are, um, you can't work. I mean, you can't work for anybody else. Um, it's a
You
specific
give me
time.
a specific parameter of hours to work.
Yeah,
I can't tell you when I'm coming. You tell me when I need to be there.
yeah. And it was something else you were saying. I can't remember that third one. But basically, I feel like he messed up when he was like said something about her having sex, uh, like just to the people. And I get his strategies. Hey, she put me in a hostile environment because that is weird.
I'm trying to pull up the three.
It it's oh the three. I was
The,
gonna say I pulled up
you
an
have the
article.
article up, but the article doesn't explain. Um, if they're free from the control and direction of when they're doing the work. So basically, the time constraints.
Hmm.
If you can perform work that is outside of my normal entity of what I'm able to do, and then um oh gosh,
What happened?
this just keeps repeating the same things.
The whole thing. Wow.
Either way, basically, employee versus independent contractor is I can tell you what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it, and give you a timeline. If I'm an employee, you tell me what I need to do and you give me a timeline. And it's as simple as you need the HVAC guy to come out, they gonna tell you they window of opportunity.
Hmm.
You don't tell the HVAC guy, you better be here by 3.
Yeah.
He gonna be like, oh yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
ain't coming.
Right. Actually, Rock Nation and I think somebody else is included in that lawsuit as well.
Rock Nation, Hot Girl, Hot some touring company,
Yeah,
and then Megan the Stallion Inc. I think.
that's smart.
Essentially, the
Hmm.
insurance is gonna pay him.
Megan Pete is good.
Perhaps.
The issue, right, about that whole situation, or for celebrities, because we've heard this thing with Lizzo, the Diddy thing that's out now, um, and that gets worse and worse by the week.
Hmm.
It's
But the difference with Diddy's and Lizzo's versus Megan's is this guy isn't bringing up the sexual allegations as something I want you to compensate me for.
hmm
It's just this is what's going to get the people talking,
yeah,
because a lot of people want lawsuits to just go away, and if you make something so big, usually they'll just pay to make it go away instead of
right,
dragging it out in court.
right,
Um But with Lizzo, they made direct sexual allegations against her,
hmm
especially with the I wasn't it performing oral sex on somebody?
hmm
I thought. I might be wrong. But I
I
know
don't think I
something
don't think
happened.
nobody did
No, not on
that.
Lizzo, but I'm talking about when they were in another
Yeah,
country.
she was trying to get somebody to do something
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
weird or something
It
like
was
that.
coercing them into trying to coerce them into doing
Yeah.
sexual acts. Um And in this one, he wasn't asked to perform any
Yeah.
sexual acts. He was just present
He was just
during a
asked,
sexual
don't
act.
say nothing.
Yeah. Um, but the biggest thing was, or the point behind the lawsuit is, you owe me money because you started me off saying that this is what I was going to do for you, and now the nature of this contract has changed.
Yeah.
And subsequently, he don't work for her
But that's
anymore, so
that's
he
the
want his
thing.
money.
That's the thing I try to make sure I keep up with is to make sure that people are still humanized
Mhm.
and not looked upon as being somebody that works for me or I work for them or and stuff like that. Because a lot of times when that happens, we do it as people when it comes to the janitor.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times because they're cleaning up our messes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they're cleaning up our messes, um, I gotta figure out what's going on with that. If
I don't know
they're
what you're talking about.
the TV just went out again.
Oh.
If they're cleaning up our messes, you know, it's a form. It creates a hierarchy that shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I see it, I call it out. And that's the thing that I don't like is like people get into this higher than we put people on a pedestal
Mm-hmm.
type of thing, and we allow them to behave any type of way
Mm-hmm.
because and me going from seeing the headline to understanding what happened, right? Being really maturing in like this whole little process of reading what's going on, and it's like as wild and as crazy as it sounds to be able to experience,
Mm-hmm.
it's wrong. Like, why are you having sex with a person right next to somebody that like is contracted with you?
Or next to anybody.
Anybody that's not,
Unless they've actively agreed to engage
or yeah,
in
right. If
this
they
viewership.
if they are a participant in the foolery,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's a most of the time that's supposed to be a sacred thing.
But he's also, that's not in the lawsuit
Right,
as a thing.
right.
The issue is employment, and they just need to give him his money.
Yeah, that's simply it. Quad is up.
I don't know how much money he's looking for. If the calculations have been done, but there is a tell Lily to open his door.
Lily.
There is, oh goodness gracious. What is that? Oh, mic clip. If there is money owed for the changes in employment type versus what you signed up for and what you were actually doing, just give them the money. That's just if it's a difference. Of course, that's gonna have to be calculated by someone and figured out um what the rules are. And then is it because the contract was signed in the state of California that it counts for California laws? I don't know. I'm assuming that that's the case, but obviously I don't know anything about the law for real. I just was reading, figured out that the sexual allegation wasn't in there, and that was enough for me. Um, yeah, I I really do think that the part about her and the girl in the backseat of the car was for us to get to talking about it. And then the fat shaming comment saying that she told him he didn't need to be eating, and I'm trying to pull up what else was allegedly said. She called him a fat B. Yeah, told him not to eat. Whatever. It just says that he was misclassified, owed unpaid wages, and he thought of quitting because Megan was treating him differently. After I guess the incident was named with the girl because he feels Megan was treating him differently after said incident. That's it. That's all. What was the next thing you had?
I don't know. I think it was the TikTok man.
TikTok bans.
Yeah.
Um,
This week, the Congress passed the bill. The president signed it into law that they got to.
Congress passed the bill and the president signed it into law that could
They got
lead
to.
it could lead to a
TikTok needs to say
nationwide
that.
TikTok ban.
Yeah.
Basically, they're forcing TikTok to be sold and they have a year to do it. And of course, the it's still stuff in his hair.
Yeah, stuff ain't
Of
going.
course, with the TikTok ban, there's a lot of content creators who are definitely like, this is how I make my money. This is
Right.
how I pay my bills. Nah, y'all can't ban TikTok.
It's interesting because it's like
Mm.
they don't want to put a ban on like they don't want to put a ban on like social media, right? They don't want to control it. They still want it to be very hey, good morning. Good morning, cousin. But they still want it to be very progressive and free to do because of the freedom of speech. But then the issue comes in China put a law in motion. I want to say 2018, 2019. I just read this, so that's why I know this.
Mhm.
They put a law in order for like people, companies, all help share intelligence.
Mhm.
So meaning wherever you get information from, if we ask for it, you got to give it to us.
Mhm.
That's the law of the land.
And
And
because
tick
TikTok is owned by a Chinese company,
right.
everything can be
They have
sold
to do that and all our
or not
information,
sold, given away.
yeah, and all our like a lot of information is on there. So a lot of countries, India has completely banned TikTok.
Mhm.
In 2020, I think they said that happened. But it makes sense
Mhm.
on the sense of hey, we're gonna have to stop you, we're gonna have to ban you. But then it's also like, dang, TikTok is such a popular uh app that people use today. Like we
Mhm.
use it, to we look at stuff and we upload to it.
I definitely watched a lot of ear tube procedures on TikTok.
Yeah,
I mean, I watched them on YouTube too, prior to Lily getting her tubes in, because I wanted to know what they was doing.
right.
And if you gonna show me, by all means, let me see it.
Huber said TikTok is Chinese owned, that has Chinese government influence. Facebook and Instagram are banned in China, so TikTok has to be divested from China's government ownership. It won't go away. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like if it's sold,
Mhm.
it won't go anywhere, but it has to be sold, divested. So something has to happen to get it away from the Chinese government. Um, Otherwise, it's gonna vamoose. And
From the US.
what's gonna happen is somebody's gonna be like, well, we can make an American TikTok. you
Which
know,
won't be as good.
nah, it's gonna be TokTik.
No, it's just I'm saying it won't be as
You gonna
good.
be
And I
on?
say that because like when you look at Twitter, when there was the grand I'm leaving Twitter
Yeah,
and Instagram made threads,
yeah,
threads hasn't popped like Twitter did.
that's true. I think Threads hadn't popped for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really look at Threads because it's so connected to Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
right?
You want your apps to be separate.
Yeah, but equal.
I I will scroll through threads because of Instagram, because Instagram will directly give me
I think my
people's posts on threads,
yeah,
but I don't log into Twitter at all.
like I'm logged into Twitter, but the issue with Threads for me is it's I don't know how to use it for my advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Like I use Twitter for my advantage to find out information, right? Facebook is because that's what I grew up using.
Not
Like
not I grew up.
no.
But we have been on Facebook since we were
Yes,
18.
me and Facebook grew up together.
We may have been 17.
I was 18 when I got on Facebook.
Oh,
I
you
got
didn't get on until after.
I got on in 2005
I think I
in the
got
summer.
on right after they accepted me in school. So
Yeah, nah,
17.
I ain't have a clue what Facebook was until freshman orientation.
Okay, so I was definitely 17. You were 18.
Yeah, and so it's like I understand how I use Facebook, right?
Mhm.
You know, those a lot of my memories are on Facebook, and I have to get them off. You know, because I
Mhm.
always have a fear of, man, I'm gonna lose these pictures if I'm ever
You
locked
better
out of
holler
this.
at Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
Ain't that what
be
Boosie
like, hey,
called him?
bro, come on, man.
Ain't that what Boosie called him?
Yeah,
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberger. Uh, and Instagram is used to my benefit with August Love Story. So it's like I haven't figured out Threads usefulness to me,
Mhm.
you know. And that's the reason why I don't really use it. TikTok is just pure entertainment.
I learned things on TikTok.
I do too, but
Like I learned how to make butter on TikTok.
that's the most random thing you have said to me.
What?
I learned how to make butter.
I've never done it, but I
Nah, I
learned
know
that I
you've never
can
done it.
make it on there. So I'm gonna try it one day.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. Like I like to see things on how those things like turn out just because it has so much effect on us as people, you know. Like this other, like I don't know why I kept reading so much about little bills that have been passed in Tennessee. They passed this week a bill about teachers being able to be armed.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I was gonna say I don't know how I feel about it because I get what you're trying to do. You know, you're trying to the protection for kids. You're trying to see to make sure that we can protect these kids and have these kids safe at a place that they should be safe at school. He ate that before. Oh, at a place at school, they're trying to keep these kids safe, but is arming the teachers the right move? Because I like it's funny because we're on this side of the teacher spectrum, and we're like, I went to school with some of these teachers, man. Some of these teachers probably don't need guns.
Mhm.
You know, they are required. The law does make them requiring them to go through so many hours of training,
Mhm.
gun training, which I think everybody needs to. Like, if you're a gun owner, in order to get a license, I think you do need to have it. You can't just sign up to get a gun. I
Mhm.
think that fixes a lot of things.
Mhm.
And
But then there's always illegally gotten guns.
right. But I still
But
think
well, I guess we're not talking about that with
no, we
teachers.
we're no, we're talking about the approach of like we're talking about teachers, but then also talking about like the way I think it should go with guns to kind of like have some more control over who gun and what gun, you
I'm
know.
laughing because he had his finger hovered over threes and he was like, "No, not that one."
That's your fault.
Yeah.
Oh. But now, like the thing is, it's like you think about this. If I could, because when I brought my gun, I just went up there, woke up one morning. I am finna buy a gun today. Thank you.
Dad, phone.
Um, which I didn't have an issue with the process. They pulled my background. You know, I paid my money, everything like that.
Mhm.
But then there's no anything else behind it. I registered it
Your
like I
background check takes longer to come back for a job
that
than
it
it does
does for
for
a
a gun.
gun. Yeah, yeah.
Cause I remember running background checks on employees, and I would be like, I need up to 3 days.
Yeah.
And this is people that have only lived in one city, state, county, USA.
Hmm. But that's the crazy part. It's like, I don't have an issue with people having guns. I don't have an issue with guns. It's just what the bullets do.
Yeah.
The-
Guns are not the issue. It's what comes out.
yeah, it's just what people do with it. You know, man, that is so funny. But the bigger issue is how do you protect children, and arming teachers the right way to protect them, like forcing them or telling them if you want to be armed you got to go through this training, and it's so many hours of training. But like every other profession, there should be a continuing education thing to it too as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't be a
Like you get continuing education units, you get gun continuing
yeah,
GCEUs.
yeah, because it has to be a requirement that they have a license to carry, and you have to be efficient on it. Like you have to know what you're shooting at. Because think about it, the first time you went shooting, right?
Mhm.
Gun kept jamming, and it was because you wasn't holding it tight enough.
Mhm.
What if, like, and I know the law in Tennessee is you got to go through this training, but what if it wasn't?
Mhm.
What if somebody else sees that, because it's a law for Tennessee anyway. If you want to get your license to carry, you got to go through a class,
Mhm.
you know. Um, but in Georgia, you don't.
Right.
You just go up there, pay the money, and you got your license to carry.
Mhm.
Well, what if somebody else or another state sees, oh, that's a great idea. We're gonna arm these teachers, but we ain't gonna put the training part into it. And then here it is, everybody got guns at school.
Mhm. Good
And it's the
morning.
wild, wild west out here. That's the craziest part. Good morning, Ma. That's the
How
craziest
do we
part.
get here that we are threatening death to children as correcting behavior?
Man, I didn't even think about that part.
I don't know. Like I was thinking along the lines of something happens at the school, the teachers are armed.
Yeah,
But then teachers go through a lot.
right. I just saw two videos of a boy attack the teacher. Like this teacher, this boy had no shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely no shot.
But he still was gonna try.
He big and bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now what if the roles was flipped? What if the boy was bigger than the teacher? Because that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And this teacher got a gun.
Ace and I were actually talking about one of our teachers in high school yesterday. Um, we took her for two different classes, but we both took this teacher. And she was a teacher who couldn't keep up with your assignments.
Mm-hmm.
She always seemed like, now that I'm older, I can absolutely see that she was just buying her time to retirement.
Mm-hmm.
I got two more school years
Yeah.
and I can get out of here with my money and I can go home. Um Someone who is as disoriented as she was all the time does not need a gun.
Right. But has every like with that law will have every right to have it there. Man, we got like in a few years we gonna hear about a teacher shot a student, or a teacher shot another teacher, or a teacher shot the principal.
A student shot a teacher because
Right.
the gun wasn't
Locked up
locked up.
correctly.
And then I think about the active shooter portion of it. If there is an active shooter situation, what if my keys over here, my gun over here, and I can't get to it? That's what you're supposedly telling me for. First off,
But what type of message does that send to the kids?
I don't know. I went into a recently built school a couple of years ago. And as an active shooter, like if you came into the school, like a person off the street walking into the school, you could not be get beyond the front office.
Mm-hmm.
And there was only two people working in the front office. They had to put a code in to get beyond them. So if you don't know the code, you stuck.
Yeah.
Now, it's not to say that you can't threaten them with the code, but I'm also sure that there was some type of emergency protocol set in place. Then I've been to other schools, especially now that I have a kid. Lily's getting speech lessons through the school system and things like that. These are schools that somebody walking out to just let you in. Ain't
Mm-hmm.
no buzzing in. And when you get in the school, you in the school.
Yeah.
Like I walk in, I can walk straight over to the cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one morning, um, they told me parents weren't allowed in the school after 7:30 unless you signed in to the office. I was walking out of the school at like 7:32 when they said this to me. And I was like, I've been in the school since 17 talking to her teacher.
Yeah.
What you want me to do? I'm not going by the office to sign out
Yeah.
on my way out the door just because it's 7:32.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Man,
And somebody having a bad day, that could have really went
yeah,
wrong.
yeah. Well, I just honestly think glad that they're thinking about it, right?
Mhm.
Because there's no reason like shouldn't have uh school shootings.
Mhm.
It shouldn't be a thing, right?
Mhm.
In my eyes, perfect world, Tommy, school shootings don't happen,
It shouldn't just be perfect world timing. It should be everybody's perfect world.
right? But glad you're thinking about it. But arming the teachers, I don't think is a good thing. Putting more police in school, I don't think is a good thing. You know, I think it's more of a
We used to aggravate our school police
man.
officer.
Our SRO, the first one, we had two.
Mhm.
The first one, he was more in tune with the school.
Mhm.
So we knew that he was an officer. I don't remember his name. I was a freshman. We knew he was an officer, but he was involved with the school. I think he helped out with one of the sports teams
Mhm.
or something like that. But he was an officer at the school. He knew the students, and his first thing was not to, um, oh, it's a troublemaker. Let me get them. His first thing was to de-escalate.
Mhm.
Now the second one, don't remember dude's name, but he walked around as if don't mess with me.
Mhm.
You know, not really involved with the school, didn't really get to know all the kids. Like the other officer knew all spectrums of kids. Bad kids,
Mhm.
good kids, kids that's just trying to sneak through the door.
Mhm.
Average kid, you know. But this guy only was in tune with the bad kids. Only in tune, like, and it was a discipline thing.
Uh-huh.
First thing I'm gonna do is tackle you. Second thing is I'm gonna use all the strength that I have to get you on the ground to whatever, arrest you, get you off the premises.
Mhm.
I hated that
Yeah.
because I didn't like it because me being a good student, any situation can pop off. That's how he treats me.
Mhm.
You treat me like that, you're gonna get fired.
You're fired.
Something's gonna happen to you, you know, because that's something you don't do to
And High
kids.
Vibe said that the teachers are gonna wear holsters. I can see somebody now saying this don't go with my outfit. I'm not wearing
Just I'm gonna just put this on in my pocket. So and we gotta hear about a teacher shooting himself.
it. Mm-hmm.
Gun went off in the middle of the class.
Like Gilbert.
Arenas.
Hmm.
He didn't shoot himself.
Who did you shoot?
Nobody. He just brought a
No,
like
who shot themselves then? It was a basketball
uh
player that shot
it wasn't
themselves.
a basketball player, it was a football player.
Who was that?
I think Plexico Burrs.
Perhaps. That sounds
He played
familiar.
for either no, it wasn't Plexico. I don't forgot, but he was in a club, shot himself.
It's not important.
He talked about it
He said
too.
Plexico.
Was it? Yeah.
Either way. Hell, Case shot himself in the throat.
Who?
Case,
The
R&B
singer?
singer,
Really?
in the throat. He tells the story about when he shot himself in the throat. Gun was in his bed. I don't know exactly what happened. Gun went off, went straight through here.
Yeah.
He said he could see the muscles in his throat
Mm.
while he was waiting on the ambulance to come. He started singing because he was like, if I can't sing, I'm gonna end it all.
Mm. He could sing
He was
still.
able to still sing, and he said he smoked a cigarette until the ambulance arrived.
Damn.
Could you imagine having a hole in your
No, I
throat
could not.
and you like, let me smoke this
Let me get
cigarette?
this cig down.
And secondly, you couldn't have cared that much about your throat. Cause
Smoking a cigarette.
smoking a cigarette.
Get it close to God. That's all I heard.
Get dope out your vein and hope in your brain.
Oh man, shout out to Memphis. Uh no, but it's crazy, man. That's one of the wildest stories I've heard, or wildest bills that have been but I can appreciate them trying.
Mhm.
That's the big thing. I can truly appreciate the effort and the try in uh diverting
Mhm.
school shootings. Um Was there anything you wanted to talk about?
Mm-mm.
Because I feel like I just like yeah, just talked about things that interest me.
I don't even think I sent you anything this week to talk about.
I don't think you did.
I sent you one thing and I said I don't want to talk about this. I just wanted you to see it.
No,
And I don't even remember what that was.
I do, but you don't want to talk about it. So
Oh, it was Jeezy and Jeannie
yeah,
Mai. I was like, what was that?
we we can talk about this Harry Coochie music.
I don't really know what to say about that. I think that you can let it go. You have 3 minutes. Go on, explain your Harry.
so Artika is funny.
I didn't do anything in this
I'm sitting in
equation.
the bed scrolling Instagram, and I happen upon this this music thing that I follow. I really enjoy music, and the title of it is Harry Coochie Music. I had never heard of that, so I gave it a listen. Uh, the first song on there was Marvin Gaye. I can't remember the song. What's the name of that song? Man, I wish they had the
Got to
name.
give it up.
Got to give it up. Then you have I'd rather
Bootsy.
be Bootsy. I'd rather be with you.
Hmm.
And the beat goes on. Just think about the premise.
These songs are all from the 70s.
They're all from the 70s. Which one thing I didn't know, the Whispers were the Whispers were that long of a group because Rocksteady was late 80s,
Is that
90s.
the Whispers?
Yeah, that's the Whispers. Because they had the twins.
The Whispers is listed as a vocal group
Right.
by the internet.
Then who is this?
And the beat goes on with 79. Rocksteady was 87. What's the
Yeah,
other song you was talking about?
them two. Boosie Collins, I'd rather be with you.
Mm-hmm.
That was 70s. I know that. Uh what was Marvin Gaye's this one?
We got to give it up.
Got to give it up. That was 70s.
That was 77.
That's Curtis Blow.
I don't know the name of that
Move
song.
on up.
Oh, that's what it's called.
I think that's Patti LaBelle.
Curtis Mayfield.
Curtis Mayfield. That's who I say.
Blow.
Yeah.
70.
Curtis Blow. Who is Curtis? I think I'm putting two things in together. Anyway, Uchi Ichi Yaya.
Lady Marmalade.
Yep.
Curtis
Fire.
Blow is a rapper.
That's what I'm thinking
These
about.
are the breaks.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
I think.
Curtis somebody. Fire.
Yeah, I'm Curtis Blow, and I want you to
Whose
know that
song is that?
these are the breaks. Fire.
Yeah.
Is that the Ohio Players? Yeah, Ohio Players.
Stevie Wonder, I'll Be Loving You.
Ass is the name of the song.
That's what it is.
It's called Ass.
I didn't know that. I don't know the names of the song. I know the chorus. I'll be
Okay.
loving you always.
Anywho,
Roller Coasters, Ohio Player.
Love Roller Coaster is the Ohio Players.
Miss Tillman, I am not gonna say what I was
I
gonna
was
say,
born in 79 and my mama was heavy on them whispers.
but just think about what we talking about.
Don't talk about her mama. You don't know that lady.
But just to think about that, man, that's something I had never ever thought about. But then you like listening to the songs, it's like, oh snap, I could see that.
I mean, it was the 70s in general.
To let you know
Bobby
who
Caldwell.
Bobby Caldwell.
That's interesting that I could name the artists and the names of the songs for the 70s much better than I could for today's music.
Yeah. And I can name the artist and the song for today's music, but I enjoy it thoroughly.
I'm gonna say now I got
Harry
the
Coochie
'90s when it
music.
comes to R&B.
Harry Coochie music.
Anywho, you have made it to 9:30. I think it's time for you to take a break.
Yeah. Guys, I appreciate you guys rocking with us this morning on the Love Brew podcast
Nobody knew Bobby was white.
at all.
Bobby was kind of like
And
John B was kind of like Bobby. We wanted uh we wanted John B to be spicy white so bad.
yeah.
And it just wasn't the
It
case.
just wasn't the case,
All
man.
these songs are on my Zaddy playlist.
Oh
Or as
man.
we like to call it, cleanup music.
Man. Clean up music, man. But what it really is
Nope.
anyway, we love you guys. We thank you guys. What's coming up for us? Actually, I was gonna talk to I was gonna talk to Artiga about doing a cooking show, man.
I
That
don't be
because we're
cooking.
trying to figure out how to um and this is one of the ideas that I have. Like I go to work at 5,
Mm-hmm.
like on my way to work to go work out and stuff, and I just think to myself a lot of times.
What a wonderful day.
These were one of the ideas that I had. We can do a cooking show because I have to take a more
A,
thought into
a
what I
different
eat.
approach.
Yeah. And so I was also trying to figure out how can we utilize memberships,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit more and what
That man gonna be cooking.
no, I will. I throws down. Like,
Not where you got to record it.
yeah, it'd be hard for me to figure
He
out.
tries to record himself making I don't know how many Hello Fresh meals. X was where that content is.
Right. Where's any of the content? I
I'm
got it
saying
though.
you don't even. Do you even know where it is?
Yeah, I saved it.
Sure.
But anyway, I ain't gonna let you talk about me. But no, I was thinking about we can do some cooking content and we'll put it on our membership
Mm-hmm.
and we can explore how that'll work.
Side note: have y'all watched the Never Ever Met show? It is a train wreck, and I don't think it's a good train wreck. Just want to know if y'all watched it.
Did I finish that episode?
No, I don't
I
think
think
you.
Jack
Jack
and
and Glenn
Glenn
are. They did a live
they
last
did a
night.
live, yeah, on it. Who's Chef OPM? I don't know. No, it's gonna be me. I'm gonna be out here doing my thing, and the meals may be good, the meals may not. We don't know.
Doing your thing should imply that the meals are good.
No, I'm just saying it's like I'm gonna be trying different meals, and you know, like that's it. That's all. That's as far as I've gotten is to cook because with the blood pressure stuff, I have to take in account of that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then also, we have weird relationships when it comes to food.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in here eats differently,
Mm-hmm.
outside of Quad,
Well, yeah.
and Quad really hadn't developed a taste for things.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Quad is more about the order of eating, more so than like I don't like that.
yeah,
Like he's more like I don't like that right now.
right,
I want the macaroni and cheese first. Once that's gone,
and
then
not yours. I want his.
yeah, and then you can give me
Right.
that. I'll eat the chicken after the macaroni and
Yeah.
cheese, but I'm not gonna eat the chicken while there's still macaroni and
Yeah.
cheese.
But it's just really an idea. I'm kind of playing with just to produce more content for the page, then
Mhm.
also for like I want to utilize everything that we have, access to. So definitely if we once we start, I ain't gonna say if once we start, um what's that say?
She said it's enough. I watch Ready to Love. I can't watch more foolishness.
Ready to Love was actually a good season this year. This I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the people. I enjoyed, the conflict. The conflict wasn't overbearing for me.
I don't understand why she don't just walk down here
Where's Quad?
in her room.
Where Quad at?
In her room.
Oh, okay. I ain't see him. That's the thing.
Because he was in her room.
uh, but yeah, we just have more content and to utilize the membership a little bit more. I want to do that. So be on the lookout for that and join the membership. It's there. I don't know how much it is, but it's there. So join the membership and keep supporting us, man. We appreciate it. We love you guys, and we out. Enjoy the weekend too. It's Saturday. Get out and do something.
Here you go.
We out.
All right, tell
Peace.
everybody bye bye. Say bye bye. Okay.
You wave.
No, he just
Lily,
said
come
bye
say
bye.
bye bye.
You wave bye bye. No, you didn't. Okay.
Okay.
She gonna wave and not say it. He gonna
Right.
say and not wave.
Yeah. Well,